Sure, thanks, Lucy. Hi, Meg. How would you assess that tour overall? The one-day series sort of pretty impressive and slightly annoyed to share the T20s.
Yeah, I think overall it's been a good tour, especially the one-day leg. A bit of a different game today. It sort of felt like a T20, to be honest, so it was nice to be able to finish well. But I think, overall we've sort of achieved what we wanted to. We've experienced the conditions which we're going to be back here playing in 12 months' time. I think we were able to introduce a few new players to our squad, and they've been excellent coming in, and we're able to continue improving and winning as well. So I think overall it's been very successful. Playing against the Kiwis is always a good challenge for us, and this tour was no different. So we've really enjoyed our time here. It's been a lot of fun, and it was nice to be able to get a game in tonight.
With an eye on the World Cup in a year's time, was it kind of useful to have the scenario that played out today, hanging around, and then sort of getting a game at short notice, plus the conditions on a pitch that had more, you sometimes don't know what you'll get pitch-wise at a World Cup? Was it quite useful to have to adapt to those conditions?
Yeah, absolutely. It was great to be able, to have to work through it today. I guess it looked for a long time like we weren't going to get on, but we were able to, I guess, switch on when we needed to. And the conditions today were pretty tricky for batting. I think that the wicket was the same one we played in the first two games, and it was holding a fair bit, and that's probably what we're going to get throughout the World Cup. If we're playing at the same venues over and over again. So I think there's still a fair bit we can improve on and learn from. But yeah, the game today was a great lesson for us, and we'll take some learnings from that for sure.
Just the last one for me. You came with 17 players, obviously more than you would normally tour when you ended up using 12 of them. Do you think when you guys get back together as a team, August or September, that you'll have enough time to get enough cricket into some of the fringe players, so that if you do need them in a World Cup, you aren't bringing them in cold into the team? Is that something you guys are going to have to work through a little bit when you get back into action?
Yeah, there's no doubt to win World Cups you need a great squad and really good depth, and I think we've got that within our team at the moment. We brought Hannah Darlington in and Darcy Brown as well, and Hannah didn't get to make her debut, but just being around the squad has been really important for her, and Darcy played a couple of games as well. So I think over the last few years we've done that really well. We've introduced new players in with the skill sets that we feel are going to make a big difference for us. So the other thing is I think our domestic competitions are really strong. The Big Bash, the WBBL really is a great tournament to expose young players to pressure situations, and I think that will play a really big role as well. But it's crucial that we've got great depth within our squad to, once we get to that World Cup. But there's a fair bit of cricket to be played between now and then as well. So we're looking forward to a break now. But once we get back into it, I'm sure we'll work out what the best way to navigate the few months after that are.
Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, Andrew. Ben, over to you.
G'day, Meg. Congratulations, mate. The changes to the batting order, were they with conditions in mind, 25 over match, or was it made to sort of trial people in different, expose people in different positions, if you need to, World Cup wise?
No, that was based on the game scenario and conditions. So we played a 25 over game, which we sort of, I guess, looked at as pretty much a T20. So we sort of reverted back to our T20 lineup for today. And then Ash Gardner sort of went up the order, which he does at times, depending on whether we feel like she can have an impact. And it didn't work today, but I think it's something we've used in the past, and it's something we'll continue to do. We, as a batting lineup, we need to be flexible, and we need to be able to play different roles at different times. And we've gotten used to that over a period of time. And sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. And that's the nature of the game, especially when the format is slightly shorter. So, those decisions today were purely based on the scenario we were in.
And the reason behind Darcy only bowling one over?
Conditions again, the pace off the ball was very effective tonight, and we sort of worked that out through our batting innings, that once New Zealand took the pace off the ball, it was a lot harder to hit, especially after the first sort of 5 or 6 overs. So we used her up front to try and get some swing, and that was our best attacking option. But from then on, we spoke about it as a group, and it was my decision as well to bowl the off-pace bowlers and spin, because we felt they were more effective.
Thanks, mate. Enjoy your flight home.
Thank you.
Obviously that was a really good example of, I guess, winning tough. What was the attitude like at the innings break in terms of how many runs you felt you had in there, and how many runs you felt you had left in the field, and what was the energy like going into the field?
Yeah, we felt like it was similar to the second game where it was a good score, but we didn't feel like we were over the line by any means, and we obviously lost a few wickets in clumps throughout our batting innings as well. But that sort of highlighted to us the difficulty that batters coming in had and starting on that wicket. So we felt like we had some really good skill sets within our bowling lineup to use the conditions really well, and so we were sort of comfortable that we had the skills to get the job done. It was just about executing that, and I think throughout the middle period especially we were able to take wickets and take the pace off the ball. There was some really big grip off the wicket, even for Megan Shute bowling as cutters and things like that. So that's where those sort of bowlers come into their own. So it was nice to be able to sort of restrict them through the middle. They got away from us a bit at the back end with some good hitting, but I think we were able to win it through the middle period.
How much were the conditions constantly on your mind? I mean, it was clear you guys were rushing through. I was just trying to make sure you got that 20 overs in so a game could be, or a result could be had.
Yeah, that sort of came into our minds a little bit, and probably I think we got to the 17th over and it started to rain a bit. So I bowled 2 overs of spin pretty quick to try and get to the 20 over mark, but it held off as we saw. So the conditions, the overhead conditions were perfect really once we got the game underway. So I guess 20 overs is quite a long time to get the game in. So we were pretty happy to be able to get on the park, and then the rain not come and stop us once we got going.
And what was it like being out there for some of Lee Kasparik's bowling? I mean, it came through on the broadcast. One of her deliveries I think was less than 40 kilometres an hour. What was it like facing that? And do you think it's something that teams might try and do a bit more against Australia? I mean, looking back to Priyam Yadav in that first game of the T20 World Cup last year as well. Yeah,
absolutely, and it's something we need to get better at. We've spoken about it a lot as a group, and I guess we need to execute a little bit better. But credit to Lee Kasparik, she bowled extremely well, and she bowled to the conditions really well as well. The breeze was really strong. She was bowling into a really strong breeze, so it was dropping a fair bit as well as the slower pace. So often when you see the ball tossed up a lot, your first instinct is to come at it, and perhaps we need to rethink how we want to play her, because she's had a couple of really good games against us, and she's bowled extremely well. So we'll need to address that, I guess, and keep chatting about it and work out individually what we need to do to play that sort of bowling better, because it will keep coming. Throughout world cricket, it can be quite effective, especially on older wickets. So it's a good challenge for our batting group, and we're looking forward to trying to come up with plans and ideas to combat it.
Thanks, man.
LJ, we'll wrap up with you.
Cool. Hey, Meg.
Hey, LJ.
It was hard for the guys to get their head in the game. As you mentioned, it didn't look like you were going to get on for so long. And you also have a bus, or a lot of you have a bus at 2:30 in the morning. Was it a bit hard to just sort of get in the zone today?
It's always a balancing act, because you also don't want to spend too much energy during the rain break and sort of burn yourself out once the time comes to play. So it really is up to individuals as to how you sort of deal with it. I think we were quite relaxed through the rain delay, and it did look like we weren't going to get on at all. But once we sort of got the nod, it was sort of within half an hour and we were on the ground. And Modi spoke about it before the game, making sure we switched on. And I thought we did that for the most part. Perhaps there were moments in the game where we can improve on, which is going to happen. And we're playing against an opposition who know the conditions really well, and we're always going to come hard at us. So I think it was a great lesson and a really good opportunity to get used to something like that, because especially with one-day cricket, there's so much time. It's unlikely it's going to rain for the whole day and not going to get on at all. So it's a good learning curve, I think. And as I said, for the most part, I think we were really switched on, and it sort of ebbed and flowed throughout the game. But I think overall our attitude was really good today in conditions that were a little bit different.
And I think Modi had said originally you guys were meant to leave Monday and do a bit of team bonding tomorrow. Did that change quite late?
Just in the last sort of day or so, the decision was made to get the group back to Australia as quick as possible. There's sort of only a couple of flights, which makes it a little bit tricky. But that was a management decision just to bite the bullet, I guess, and get everyone home just in case of anything that might pop up. So the bus ride at 2 a.m. this morning might not be much fun, but I think everyone will be pretty happy when they're home tomorrow morning.
How about yourself? Katie Martin mentioned a few people might be going to South Island for a bit of time.
I'm heading away for a few days with a few of our girls as well, which is really exciting. I'm looking forward to it, actually. We sort of don't get to holiday too much, and it sort of was too good an opportunity to miss. So, we're on a break now. It's been a long season. Feel like we've trained, and it was nice to play some games finally over here, and I think everybody's looking forward to a bit of time off. So we'll do that over the next 6 weeks and then come back and look forward to what's happening next.
Well, thanks, Meg.
No worries.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Odo. Thanks.